Yeah. My hats off to New Hampshire. They once again played better and coached better than we did. I thought our guys played hard, played tough, and disciplined at times, and you know, with that offense, it cost us a little bit in some situations. Our execution at times was very good, and at times not as good as it needed to be. That's a very, very good football team that's gaining momentum, confidence, and really was a better team out on the football field today.
Late in the game, when you're still had a couple of chances, you're gonna to get a time touchdown, and you had the pin down deep to a third and long.
3rd and 14.
3rd and 14.
Throw it to RJ. Guy's a hell of a player, and quarterback made a great throw. You don't have to remind me. Broke our backs. Broke our backs. That was a big time throwing catch. It really was. Quarterback was. I thought that's as good as I've seen him play. I don't know where he ended up, but I thought he really played very, very well.
Did you see a lot of the same things you saw from them 2 weeks ago, or did they?
Yes and no. You know, they hadn't seen that snap through the quarterback's leg to Nico. Hadn't seen that one. I think it was Nico, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Hadn't seen that one. Defensively, we saw pretty much what we expected to see.
Can you talk about the relationship between these two programs? Respect, mutual respect.
There's a ton of respect, I know, and again, that's probably a lot more coming from our end based on how they've handled us over the past 12 years. I mean, it was something that has you scratching your head. Not that they haven't done it to a lot of other people. You know, we're talking about the only program in the country that's been 10 straight times to the playoffs here. And, I don't know how many weeks they've been in the top 25, but it's about 150. We would love to be as consistent at that as they are. We haven't been, but you know, as I told the team in the locker room, you know, we went to the playoffs in 11, again in 13, so we're making ground. Really, I think we had a special group of seniors. You guys have heard me talk about that, but our theme in the post-game meeting was let's not forget what they gave us. That was more than just playing on the field. It was about the things you have to do and how you have to do them in order to win in the best FCS conference in the country. We're learning as we go, and we're going to keep learning, keep growing, and we'll have another opportunity with those guys next year.
Marcus, you guys were, I think you were down 27-20, still only maybe like 10 minutes left in the game. Was it a situation, again today, you just didn't get enough of those third down plays or enough of those big plays that you needed to kind of keep the momentum going?
Yeah, I mean, that's just basically what it came down to. I mean, we had some great drives, and then at the end, I just weren't able to push it in the final push going. You know, New Hampshire took some things away. Like Coach said, they played pretty much what we expected, but they did a couple things, I think, to take a few things that we do best out of our offense. They're really, really good third down team, and then you look at the statistics, that's really where teams struggle with them. And that's a situation you want to avoid at all costs, and I think, again, they were very good at it.
Marcus, was there some frustration today? I mean, you played from behind much of the day, and after the kickoff return, they answered right back.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of football. I mean, you're either going to be in front, you're going to be tied, you're going to be behind. It doesn't matter. You got to take every drive the same way. Expecting to score no matter where you're at in field position, whether we're on the 10, the opposite 40, whatever it may be. So I don't think there was really frustration. I think, it was just every drive we were expected to, be successful and reach our goal, which was to score.
What about the atmosphere when you went out and you saw the big, good crowd and
we were just talking about that on the way over here. I could personally say from 5 years ago when I came here, that was nothing even close. No disrespect to here, it was just not even. It says walk out there and see that kind of support when it's, I don't even know how cold it is out, but it's pretty cold out. To have that kind of support, to have that energy, you know, students, parents, alumni, whoever you want to say was there today, they showed up, and that was the loudest we can ever remember here. To look back, I think, as a senior, and I think I speak for all the seniors when I say, you know, to remember that as our last game at home with that kind of crowd, that kind of atmosphere is something to really cherish.
You mentioned the weather on behalf of the fans. Did it affect things for you guys today too? I mean, practice out there, but it was pretty cold.
Yeah, I mean, you get the hand warmers, you do what you got to do. I mean, you got guys playing at Lambeau Field. I mean, it's a little bit colder there than here, I think. But I mean, you don't really pay attention to it too much. I mean, when you get back out there, like after halftime or whatever it may be, you think, all right, I got to get myself warmed up. But once you get going and you're in the flow of the game, you don't really, you know, those factors don't really play their part.
Mark, can you take us through that not the first kickoff, the second return?
It was simple. I really had a lot of faith in the guys that's blocking for me. You know, since week one we've been playing, smash left, and we've been really working on it, and, you know, it hasn't really hit for us throughout the year, but this time we really felt like we can get one against UNH, and, you know, the guys up front really did a good job holding their blocks, and it just hit, and everything just worked out the way it should go.
Coach, at what point do you think you'd be able to look back on this season for what you were able to accomplish? Obviously, a hell of a season. Is that something that you're going to look for in the future?
Oh, we hope, as I said, you know, we need to establish consistency in winning, you know, and we haven't done that. We're in the playoffs in 8, 11, and 13. You know, in this program that we really have to say, and from the CAA standard, it sets the standard by being 10 straight years in the playoffs, and you know, they're right down the street. They happen to be our rival, you know, 3 hours away. So we have to build consistency in this program, and the message that again we talked about in the locker rooms, the learning that will take place as a result of what the senior class gave us this year. Those are the type of things that allow you to kind of embrace and you embrace those values, and you move forward as a football team.
Coach, can you talk about some of the tackling issues that the defense had? Seemed like they missed.
We missed some tackles, but it wasn't me, so I can't tell you why. I never missed a tackle in my life. You're right, and some of that is I guess the lack of discipline. That's the best way to say it.
As far as your defense today, obviously they're a team with a lot of things to have to contend with, but it seems like it's almost a matter of time before they get some big plays. They seem to always find a way to, you know, sneak a guy out or the one missed tackle and gone. I mean, you guys are weird.
That's what they do. I mean, that's, you know, I watched every game they played this year. It's what they do. It's what they do, and you know, you're damned if you do and damned if you don't. You can sit around and play zone and be conservative, or you can take your risks and your chances. You know, we've been an aggressive defense all year long. When you do those things, sometimes, as I said, they have some great coaches over there. They have some great players. And, you know, we talked about the quarterback. I talked about RJ. You know, Mello, Giansanto. Those are good players. Reddy, Stan. They're good football players. They execute very well.
Is it as a senior who didn't start out with these guys, but came into the program and the whole year? What can you talk about being a senior and playing here for the last time?
Definitely just blessed to have this opportunity to play with these guys. Brothership and friendship that I've created over these years is something that won't go away in the last forever. So just to have this opportunity to be here with these guys, have this opportunity to play this game, this playoff game, you know what I'm saying, do things that this program has never done, it's definitely something that I'm definitely thankful for to be a part of.
Did it feel much different than last time you played them?
It did I would say on our side of the ball. I felt a lot more energy from us. I believe we came out better than we did the first time we played them.
Coach, you mentioned it earlier. Can you talk a little bit about the senior class that you have here, their season ended today, just what they meant to this program?
You know, again, they set a standard of excellence, I guess is the best way to say it, is, you know, how to go about your business in January, how to go about your business in April, in July, in August preseason, how to prepare for the games in the fall. You know, those are things that young people look at. You can coach as much as you want, but best, or you can talk about coaches as much as you want, the best modeling, the best learning takes place when you've got guys in the locker room who, again, embrace the values that you preach as a coach and model them on the practice field. You know, model them out on Saturday nights. You know, this is a team that has done all the things that you hope, you know, a group from 18 to 22-year-olds would do it the right way. They did things the right way. And when you do things the right way, as we try to tell them, you usually get your just reward. Winning 10 football games was the reward we got. You can get to win 11. You know, 10's a good place to be sometimes. A lot better than some of the other, you know, programs. Sean and I were saying, 16 left, I'm in 25. Who would have thought Maine and New Hampshire would be two of them, considering the league that we play in and the challenges that we face geographically, and it's cold and dark up here. We're proud of these guys. They've left an impact on our program.
Cool, one more question if anyone's got one.
A lot of talk about the senior class, but tomorrow you still have another year with the program. Now you have a lot of playoff experience as well. When does preparation for next year start for you? Is it tomorrow? When is it?
Immediately, as soon as possible. You know, I think the first step is just remember the seniors and how they handle business in the off season, and just model after them. Because last year, when last season was over, you know, as soon as the season was over, they was in the dome running routes. They were all together, lifting together, and they were already talking about the next year and how we can get better. So I guess the next step for us is just getting better as soon as possible, and that's what we're gonna do.
All right, thanks guys.